In 1984, three of the world's top leading evolutionary atheistic scientists showed up at a small hole-in-the-wall, dusty Texan creationist museum. What motivated them to go out of their way to visit this place? What was inside the museum that shocked them? I'm going to let Dr. Carl Baugh tell us this amazing story firsthand, and let me tell you something, folks. You're not going to believe who those three men were.
Early in the history of the Creation Evidence Museum, our profile was quite low. All we had was a one-room log cabin, and the door latch could be broken by any strong individual, but our trust is in the Creator himself. So I would leave the information there, go off to speak, and I was gone on a weekend lecturing, and the world's leading evolutionary scholars came unannounced. Richard Dawkins of Oxford, and Stephen Jay Gould of Harvard, and James Farlow of Indiana University. And they came to see the evidence. Now, Richard Dawkins and Stephen Jay Gould had published in the technical and the public literature that if we or anyone could really demonstrate academically that man and dinosaur lived contemporaneously, that would, according to their words, blow evolution out of the waters. And we have that in print. They're saying such. So they showed up and said, we want to see this evidence. Well, I was gone. My buddy Bob Summers had a key to the little museum. And so he sent his son, 17-year-old son, Temple, to let these guys in and see the evidence. Now, Richard Dawkins and Stephen Jay Gould and James Farlow would never listen to me give a lecture. They wouldn't read anything that creationists published. But here's a 17-year-old boy giving them a lecture on this creation evidence. And he showed them the hammer. We now have that under full security. Everything is under full security. But showed them the hammer and it deposited in early Cretaceous sandstone in central Texas. And they said, impossible. Well, Temple Summers, who's a mild-mannered individual. Then he showed them the finger that we have, a human finger, fossilized finger. It's an artifact found in the layering sedimentary deposit of the Cretaceous limestone assigned 110 million years in age. Showed them the finger. They said, impossible. And then they said, what's this? He said, well, that's a human footprint. It's the birding print. All 5 toes, medial, lateral, and all the arches, human, cuboid, calcaneus section, everything. Great toe, the 4 other toes, everything in the right place. So they first said, well, that's not Cretaceous limestone. Well, James Farlow was a specialist at that. So he looked at it closely and said, I don't know how to explain it, but it is Cretaceous limestone. And so Richard Dawkins said, a human footprint in the same layer with dinosaur footprints? Impossible. Temple said, sir, I know it's possible. I helped to excavate it. And they turned and walked away and haven't shown it since. And that's very unfortunate. First of all, their academic profile of honesty is at stake because they had said if it could be shown, then we'll embrace it. But they did not and could not because of their own paradigm, but especially because they did not want to give an account to a freer. We all must personally give an account to a freer.